All right, what's up, everybody? This is episode 6 of the Sports and Shorts podcast. I'm hosting this one, and I'm Christian, and we got guest star Matt here with us.
Hey, what's up?
And he's our college basketball expert. And so basically for this show, we're just going to tell you everything you need to know for the upcoming tournament. So without further ado, we're going to fill out a bracket for everybody. And we'll discuss some matchups and, should be fun. So without wasting any more time, let's start with the West region. And so our first matchup, we got Gonzaga and Georgia State. So I think everybody's on Gonzaga for this one.
Yeah.
I think it's
not much to say about that one.
Pretty easy, pretty obvious. I'm just there's not too much to say. Georgia State, sure they're a solid team, had a great season, but
they're running into the absolute number one overall team in the fucking tournament. So
they're running into a powerhouse. So
I've got $50 on them this weekend, by the way.
Really?
Or actually, they play on Thursday, so $50 on them.
Wow. Right.
Okay. Anyways, next we got a really good matchup here. We got Boise State and Memphis. Now, this is a really tough one that I had trouble with filling out my brackets, but most of the time I was picking Boise State.
Yeah, I also think Boise State. Memphis improved without Amani Bates because he just kind of sucks and he took up their whole usage. But I mean, Boise State's defense, I watched them for gambling reasons, and their defense is insane, and Memphis is not. So I think it'll be low scoring, but I think Boise State.
There you go. Boise's been a wagon there.
Yeah, I got Boise State too, and like Matt said, defense always a huge deal, huge contributor in March.
Fuck yeah, love it. All right, so now we're gonna move to UConn and New Mexico State. Do we see any sort of upset brewing in this one?
I think it's possible. Mexico definitely has a shot. They have Teddy Allen, who's bounced around the country a lot. Started in West Virginia, but he's very, very talented. And I think Mexico State has potential to make a little bit of noise.
And UConn's not particularly a strong team.
Yeah,
they've showed inconsistencies this year. So
they have a lot of inconsistencies. I think that's why they could get upset. When they play well, I mean, they are very good. It's just you don't know which team you're going to get. They're not too
exactly.
consistent.
Yeah. So if we get the team that beat Auburn, then they can show they can beat anybody. But they've had some tough losses this year as well. So that we'll keep that one on upset alert there. But are we taking UConn at the end of the day here?
I think I still think they'll win.
Okay. We'll roll with them. And then next up, we got Arkansas and Vermont. And so I love the Arkansas team this year, but I've heard Vermont is like on a kind of another level.
Yeah.
So
Vermont, I mean, for everything I heard about them, they looked insane this year. It's just, they don't play any good conference, so they're not a high seed because of that. I think that's a really realistic upset, though, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard a ton about Vermont as well coming into this, but I think Arkansas is just they're riding really high. I know that they're very hot coming into this.
Yeah, they are. I do like Arkansas at the end of the day.
I still think, again,
it's
possible,
just.
But I don't think this is the most likely one of the one that I'll pick in my actual bracket.
Yeah. Cool. All right, next up, we got 6-seeded Alabama facing either Rutgers or Notre Dame.
Well, I think – sorry, I didn't mean to –
No, go ahead.
I mean, obviously, we don't even know who they're going to play yet, but I think of the Rutgers-Notre Dame game, Rutgers, I think, should just smash Notre Dame. Notre Dame isn't too good, and Rutgers – they started out really slow, but towards the end of the season, they really got on a roll. So I think it'll definitely be Alabama-Rutgers. And then Alabama just relies so much on their three-point shooting. If they get hot, they can beat anybody, but they could also lose to the worst teams in the country. So that's my first personal upset. They'll lose to Rutgers.
Yeah, I love that upset too. Even if it is Notre Dame going against Alabama, I I've
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
hated Alabama this year. So
Yeah, I do not have the faith in Bama at all.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, it's just they literally only shoot threes. If they don't shoot well from
Yeah.
three, they're gonna lose. That's it.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, so we're gonna take whoever comes out of that matchup there in the 11 seed, and they will face either Texas Tech or Montana State. Everybody go with Texas Tech for this one.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Montana State. I haven't heard anything about them.
Yeah. So I don't know much about Texas Tech this year. What kind of outlook do they have?
Their defense, I mean, it's just incredible.
Defense heavy.
Yep.
It wouldn't
They're
surprise me if
ridiculous.
Montana State didn't break 45.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Okay, well, good to know. So next up, we got Michigan State and Davidson. This seems like it could be a good game.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't even heard that much about Michigan State this year, honestly, or
Yeah.
seen too much of them. So, I mean, obviously, any Tom Izzo team has the
Mhm.
potential to do well, but he's also crashed and burned a few times.
Yep.
Yeah, that's honestly, I don't know that much about this game at all. So I don't know.
I don't know. Davidson, I know they choked their conference championship.
Oh, yeah, I
And
did see that.
Michigan State, I don't know. I know they were like, I'm pretty sure they were ranked high in the
They
preseason
started,
poll.
yeah.
Yeah, they started at least in the poll and then dropped out of that, and pretty inconsistent season it kind of seems like. But a few nice upset wins here and there, but I think inconsistency is their problem as well.
I don't know a ton on this, but I like this matchup. But for my personal bracket, I just went Michigan State based on coaching and pedigree. But I don't think they don't have the makeup to make any kind of run. I don't think.
I think I did see Davidson is the number 2 team in the entire Division I in 3-point shooting.
Really?
They're a team, yeah, that if they get hot, just like with Steph Curry that year, just get hot.
Yeah, right.
Run. Yeah, I mean, honestly, in the what are they in the A10? I think.
I think they are A10.
Yeah. I mean, to be a 10 seed when not even winning your conference like the A10, that's pretty impressive, honestly.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep, they shoot over 38% from three.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't watch this game, but I'd be okay taking Davidson as an upset there too.
Okay. What do you think, Chris? Davidson?
Yeah, I'm down for either. I think that one's really a toss-up.
Let's go with Davidson.
All right.
And then last one out of this region, we got Duke and CSU Fullerton.
It's Duke. I don't really think there's much to talk about there.
We don't need to get into that one, yeah. Okay, good. So now we got those matchups. We're going to move to the East region now. And we got Baylor up against Norfolk State.
Yeah, that's another. I mean, anyone.
It's Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor.
Yeah, it's Baylor for now. All right. Okay, now we got a really good matchup here. A toss-up. UNC and Marquette.
Honestly, I'm definitely taking Marquette there. UNC
Really?
They had obviously that huge win over Duke in Coach K's last. I mean, over Duke and Coach K's last home game. But besides that, I don't know. I just don't trust them. And Marquette I think they're actually really good. They've had some big wins this year.
Yep. I know towards the middle of the season, they were heating up and they were looking super good. And then I think recently they've been kind of trending downward, but I don't know. I kind of have a personal bias against UNC as well. So I'd love to see Marquette come out of this one. But
okay, yeah, I can go with Marquette.
Okay. All right, we'll put them in there then. And we will move on to St. Mary's and the winner of Wyoming and Indiana, which is on right now, actually.
Yeah, I personally, I've heard a lot of good things about, like, I know St. Mary's. I think that they're a really solid team.
Yeah.
They kept up with the Zags a couple times because obviously they're in the same conference. They played them.
Yeah.
I think 3 times because they played them in the final.
Yeah,
Right.
I know they beat them once. So
yeah, they beat them once, and then I think lost close games twice. I know they're a good shooting team too.
And then I know San Francisco, who's in that conference, who's also a pretty solid team. They swept them this year.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, because they beat them
Okay.
in the conference tournament. I watched that game.
Sweet. Okay, cool. So, okay, we'll take St. Mary's there.
Yeah,
Perfect. And
yeah.
then-
I don't care who wins that other game. I think St.
yeah,
Mary's
yeah.
score
Doesn't
there.
matter.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So next we got UCLA and Akron. Now I've heard UCLA is a very underrated team coming into this tournament.
Yeah, I mean they had that insane run last year when nobody expected. Did they make the Final Four? I think right. Yeah,
I
pretty
cannot
sure.
remember. I have a terrible
It was
memory.
either the Elite Eight or Final Four when nobody expected them, and then they came this year and haven't been as good as people predicted them. But I mean, they also
Mhm.
play in the Pac-12 and really late, so most people don't actually watch them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they lost to 3 to Gonzaga in the Final Four last year.
Okay, so it was the final. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know much about Akron either, but I mean UCLA. I did watch them a couple times again for degenerate reasons, and
Yeah.
they are a very good team. So I definitely
Yeah.
believe in them.
And then the other thing, which huge advantage, I know, like UCLA, I have going far. I think they're going to be really, really good. And a big part of that, I'm a believer, is they returned their entire starting lineup from the run last year.
That's why they were
No
so
kidding.
highly rated this year.
Yep.
Wow. Cool. Comfortable taking UCLA there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Next up, big matchup, Texas and Virginia Tech.
I mean,
I want to hear the right answer here, fellas.
I don't even know how Virginia Tech is an 11 seed. I know they went on an insane
Yeah.
run at the end of the year.
A
But
little
every time
absurd.
I watch them, they look like ass.
Who?
But I mean, Texas also is kind of ass.
Yeah.
dude.
I don't think either of these. I mean, Virginia Tech's hot, and
Yeah.
that's why I personally picked Virginia Tech, because they're hot. They're really hot right now, coming off the ACC tournament, and I just do not think Texas is very good.
Yeah, I'm picking Virginia Tech not because I think they're great, but just because
Yeah.
Texas I don't think is good at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really cruising on being in the Big 12 and everybody's saying they're the best conference. But
Mhm.
overall, they haven't done anything impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a
I'm
good
looking
matchup
here.
for Tech here.
I'm just looking here.
I'd say that's a very favorable matchup that they got
Yeah.
there.
Texas is 3-8 versus top 25 opponents this year.
I'm surprised they even had 3 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, does that count? Because I'm pretty sure they beat Iowa State, and I'm pretty sure Iowa State was ranked then, so that probably includes them. And Iowa State also sucks.
Yeah, probably. And it looks like, yeah, the only real they beat Kansas once and they beat Tennessee.
They did beat
Mhm.
Tennessee is another interesting one, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they split with Kansas, lost to Baylor twice, lost twice to Texas Tech. But yeah, I'm taking Tech in this
I'm
one.
also taking Virginia Tech.
Cool. Sounds good. And then to play them is either Purdue or Yale. I think we're all on the side of Purdue here.
Not that I'm gonna predict a Yale upset, but just
Ooh.
from when I've watched Purdue, I mean,
Mhm.
They're
they
not
have
good.
their best player
Yeah.
comes off the bench in Jordan Ivy, which
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's a freshman, so it's just interesting. But
Is he
I don't-
really a freshman? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, he comes off the bench. He's gonna be a top 5 pick in the draft.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, Purdue. Just when I've watched them, again for a 3 seed, it just feels like every game they have the chance to lose. And
Yeah.
Yale is one of those teams. You know, being an Ivy League school, every
Yeah.
time one of those teams is in the tournament, you know they're insane shooters because they have to be because they can't really recruit. So they just recruit shooters. So I mean,
Right.
if Yale gets hot, I mean, I don't think it's like one of the most insane things to think they could upset them.
There you go.
And then
I like
the
that
big
insight.
thing with that too, like Purdue, I just don't think is great, especially as a 3 seed. And I know that they're one of the worst defensive teams in the entire tournament.
Yeah.
That is true. They not good defensively there. Do we want to predict this Yale upset, or do we want to keep it safe and go Purdue here for our bracket?
I mean, I'm still gonna pick Purdue. I just wanted to give the
Yeah, I gotcha.
potential.
I'm going Purdue for
Cool.
this round. But,
Yeah.
but we'll see
yeah.
next round, huh?
Past
Yep.
that, yeah, then
Right
we'll see.
on. Okay, and here's another pretty good matchup. We got Murray State and San Francisco.
Honestly, I'm trying to think because San Francisco. The few times I actually got to watch them, They're a good team too, and I haven't seen Murray State at all. I haven't even heard like a single thing about Murray State, and they're a 7
Yeah.
seed. So I don't know.
I
how
think Murray State only has like 2 losses this year.
They're 30-2.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
So they just
They're
win their
30-2,
fucking games.
And I know, like, been bringing up a lot, but it's huge in March. They're spectacular defensively, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their wins. I mean, they beat Memphis, but that was back in December when Memphis was when nobody even could have predicted them making the tournament still. I mean, they haven't played a single team I've even heard of. Austin. Yeah, I don't know.
Weak schedule.
They lost to Auburn.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
as
they
well.
lost by 13 to Auburn.
Yeah, they beat Memphis and Chattanooga, which I guess.
Chattanooga's a good team.
Chattanooga's not bad. Not bad at all.
So,
but I mean, literally the rest of their games, I've heard of Belmont, but not like basketball wise.
They took care of Belmont though, didn't they?
They're being by 22. Yeah.
I think.
By 22 and then 33.
Yeah. So
I think at least just for this game, the spirit of Ja Morant is going to come through.
Yeah.
This round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still picking Murray State at Ja Morant.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right on. And then lastly, for this region, we got Kentucky and St. Peter's.
Kentucky for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
don't need to discuss it.
I don't want to talk about Oscar Sheeplay, but he'll probably put up 30 and 15.
Yeah. I mean, they got one of the best overall players in the country, so won't really be a contest, I don't think, there.
All right, fellas, we're only halfway done here with the first round. So we got South Region next, and we've got Arizona and the winner of Wright State and Bryant.
Yeah, I mean, Zona.
Yep, let's just move along.
There's not much to say with any of these 116s.
So let's talk about Seton Hall and TCU. I like TCU in this one.
Yeah, I mean, TCU is a team, if you look at the preseason Big 12 predictions, pretty much they were predicted to be last or second to last, third to last. Like, them not only making the tournament, but as a 9 seed, that's very impressive. I mean, obviously, I got to watch them a lot being in the Big 12, and they are very good. Mike Miles is a very good player. They're coached well. I definitely think TCU is going to take that one.
Cool.
I got TCU. Solid resume. I mean, just what Matt said. Solid team. So.
Seton Hall just kind of they just kind of suck this year too. They haven't been winning the games they should have been winning. So
yeah, they're not great.
I like TCU all day. Next up, we got Houston and UAB.
Houston's another high seed, or I mean, I guess depends if you want to call 5 a high seed, but that I'm not very high on. They're good defensively, but not as good as most people think they are. And then their offense is also pretty inconsistent. Again, I'm not going to be predicting an upset there, but I think it's possible that it's not like a crazy upset there.
Okay.
I think these 5-12s, I think this is a lot like UConn, New Mexico State. UAB could definitely walk out of this with a win.
I like to hear it. Well, we will ride Houston just to be safe. Next up, I find this as kind of a good game and should be on upset alert. Illinois and Chattanooga.
Yeah, we just mentioned Chattanooga. I mean, Illinois, another team that was ranked highly to start the season, struggled in the early season, and then finally started to live up to their potential late in the season. I mean, Kofi Cockburn, or Coburn, however you actually say his name, was injured, I know, to start the year. And then once he came back is when they actually started picking it up again. And then they play in a very good conference too. But, I mean, they've had some bad losses. I mean, I know they lost to Maryland. Like, just obviously, they got blown out by Maryland, actually. I just looked it up. They got blown out by Purdue.
Did they lose to Nebraska? Or
were they one of the ones that lost to Nebraska? I know Nebraska had like 3 straight wins at one point.
Yeah. That was funny.
No, they beat Nebraska, but
okay.
They've had some very disappointing losses.
Yeah.
And Chattanooga, I don't know much about, but Illinois is just, they're one of those teams that I don't know how to
Yeah.
even predict them.
Houston,
That's fair.
I don't know about it, like Illinois. This definitely, just like the Houston, could be on upset alert. So, and of course, they got to go up against each other in the next round, which if they both escape will be an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely just Illinois solely for having by far the best player out of the two teams. And usually in basketball, that matters a lot, assuming Kofi Coburn doesn't, just absolutely crap the bed in that game.
Right.
Yep.
There you go. I like it. All right. Now we got Colorado State and Michigan.
Oh,
How the hell is Michigan an 11 seed?
Michigan shouldn't even be in the tournament. I mean, that's a travesty that they even somehow made it. That's just purely for name and ratings.
Uh-huh.
I don't even think you'll find Michigan fans who think they should have made it.
All right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I know when I'm doing mine, this is a pretty easy Colorado State pick.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, won't even I'm going to look right now. I'm curious if Michigan's even favored in this game. I mean, obviously they're not favored to start at the 11, but what it is, wow, it's only a 2.5 spread. Interesting.
Really? 2.5?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely do not think it should be 2.5 and that they should probably be blown out in that game.
All right. Colorado State for that one.
So, I want you have the first word on this Tennessee, huh?
Well, I like Tennessee, obviously, to go deep because I think we're like a top 20 offense. Well, now we are, and we're heating the hell up right now. And defense has been a strong suit the whole entire year. And so, I don't know. I like our guys. I think the only downside to this Tennessee team is our guards are small. I think Kennedy Chandler's only like 6 foot. And then Ziegler, I don't know how tall he is, but he can't be much taller. But other than our guard position, I think we are like 10 out of 10, and we are primed for a Final Four run. So,
yeah, I mean, obviously Tennessee should easily walk away with this. But I just think it's interesting. You always got to give props to this is Longwood's first ever NCAA tournament that they made. So, and I'm pretty sure they're a pretty new Division I team. So, I mean, got to give them their props. And who knows, maybe in their first one, they can pull off a miracle. But they definitely are likely to do that.
All right.
Bitch, if Longwood wins this game, I seriously, we're going to need some people to check on you.
Dude, it'll be tough, man. It'll be tough. But anyways, we'll talk about a little bit of that later. And I love this game the most. And this is the first game on Thursday at like 12:30 or something, Ohio State and Loyola.
Yeah, Loyola, they have what's her name? That the nun or whatever.
Damn,
I forget her
name.
name.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But they have her. Then I also don't think Ohio State is very good. They've had also some very bad losses this year, and are another team that's
Sister Jean.
Sister Jean.
There you go.
Lock it in, Loyola. Loyola's walking out with the W in this game.
Yep.
Basically, my long story was going to I think Loyola should take this. Also, Ohio State was one of the teams that lost to Nebraska.
Yep. Ohio State.
Penn State in the tournament. Penn State.
Yeah. The past 2 weeks, Ohio State has sucked.
And they sucked at the beginning of the year too. They had a good. Yeah. They were another team. They had an awful start, a good middle, and then an awful ending. Yep. So I was never high on them this whole season, and I don't think that they'll win this game.
Yeah, right on.
I mean, their record is 19-12. I mean, that's not. I know they were in a good conference, but that's not great. They didn't even get 20 wins.
Too bad there's no Oral Roberts this year.
Didn't they lose in the final? I think
so. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So sad.
And then, okay, so we're gonna take Loyola in that one. And then last up, we have Villanova and Delaware. I already selected Villanova.
Yeah.
I mean Nova. I know they're not as good as Yeah, they're not as good as they have been in the past. Maybe
Yeah.
they don't deserve a 2 seed, but
Right.
I think they'll still easily walk away from this game.
There you go. All right.
And then I think we just zoom past Kansas. I mean, they're
Yep.
powerhouse blue bloods. I don't think
Yeah.
they're losing to Texas Southern.
Or Texas A&M.
Well,
Corpus Christi. Yeah.
Texas Southern won earlier today. So
Oh, they did. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, but yeah, Kansas soon passed.
yeah. All right. So what do you guys? San Diego State Creighton. I've heard some great things, and I've turned into a big believer in San Diego State.
Yeah, their defense is like in another team. Their defense is on
It's
another
like suffocating, apparently. Yeah.
They're holding their
Boise.
opponents to under 58 points per game.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
So
Yeah. So I like San Diego State.
I just looked up because I was curious. When they played Boise. Boise beat them 53-52. So in a college basketball game, neither team broke 55 points.
All right.
Yep.
That's unreal.
Go ahead and lock in San Diego State.
I agree. Yeah.
Iowa Richmond. So I don't know what kind of a team Iowa is because like some people have them as underdogs. Some people like
Iowa's just funny because every year they're pretty much known as the defensive team. But this year their defense is beyond awful, but their offense is incredible. Like they've put up triple digits, I'm pretty sure, at least.
Oh, they did.
Maybe even multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're allowing over 70 points per game.
Yeah, they put up 109. I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah, they put up 110 on Maryland. So, I mean, obviously Maryland wasn't good, but still, in a conference, they put up 98 on Nebraska. Yeah, I mean, they put up 112 on Northwestern. So they put up over 100 points in 3 games.
That's
5 games, 6 games. It's 6 games. They put up over 100 points.
That's unreal.
I don't know how big of how deep they're gonna go, but I haven't getting.
Yeah, they'll take care of Richmond.
Yeah, I definitely think they should zoom past Richmond. That's just incredible offense from them.
All right, and then we got Providence and South Dakota State.
This is another game I don't know too much about.
Yeah,
I know this is where I make my big pick. I think I have South Dakota State walking out of this one.
Do you really?
I have South Dakota State upsetting Providence.
Wow, I'll put it in.
Do you have any reasoning behind that?
I saw TikTok about it, so I don't know. It's the South Dakota State Jackrabbits.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They're the Jackrabbits. Like that's a great mascot, honestly.
They're great in Division I AA football, and I don't know. I think that they're going to break into basketball a little bit here.
There you go.
I don't have a ton of statistical evidence. I know they have a really good offense. I see they're averaging almost 87 points per game. They went 18-0 in their conference. Not a spectacular defense, and I know Providence has some quality wins. They got Wisconsin, UConn, Texas Tech, Creighton. They split with Creighton and Marquette. But I think South Dakota State is one of those teams that can get hot at the right time and then take out a high seed.
Yeah,
get behind that.
I'll go with that. Sure, I know nothing about this game, so why not?
Yeah.
Bet.
All right, we got South Dakota State in that one. Next up, LSU and Iowa State. Man, this game sucks.
I mean, this game sucks. It's going to be low scoring. Neither team might break 50, honestly. And then on top of that, LSU just had to fire their head coach because of the scandals and everything. I mean, I don't see how LSU wins this game.
Yeah.
Iowa State, they have a great defense. It's going to be a boring game to watch, but
right on.
They should win.
Yeah. I'm good with Iowa State.
Yep.
All right, next up, Wisconsin and Colgate. Colgate is a half-decent team. But
one interesting I did see, though, is Wisconsin. This game is going to be played only like 30 minutes or something from their campus. And they obviously they're one of those teams that has a rabid fan base in Wisconsin and all. So they should have very good fan support for this game. And then I'm pretty sure the rest of the tournament, assuming they, keep winning, the furthest they'll have to play until like the Final Four is like 2 hours from their campus. So
Wow.
they should have they're one of the rare teams that could have real home court advantage in the tournament.
Yeah.
So even though I don't
That's
think
awesome.
they're a great team, I mean, the home court is huge in college. So I could see
100%.
them making a run purely on that.
Yeah, I think that there are two things for me. Just like Matt said, it's in Milwaukee, home court advantage, and just based on the BPI, at least has Colgate ranked at 109.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool. All right, so we're good with Wisconsin there. Final two matchups, we got USC and Miami. I think I like USC for this one, but it could be a little
both these
closer.
teams are. If this was another 10 seed, I'd probably be predicting an upset because I'm not huge on USC.
Yeah.
But Miami, I'm also not very high on. Although one of their starters, Isaiah Wong, went to my high school and then transferred. So there's that.
Oh, shit.
But every time I've watched them, they beat, who was it? Didn't they beat, was it? It was Duke. I'm pretty sure they beat, right?
Yeah, Miami beat Duke.
Yep.
Yeah.
They beat Duke. They beat North Carolina. They split with Virginia Tech.
Yeah, they have a half decent resume, but then they're one of those teams again that has some bad losses on top. Like they have good wins, but then also bad losses. So they're hard to predict.
Yeah, I think this one's a toss-up. I think we could pretty much just click either one. And go forward. But yeah, it's up to you guys.
I still think I'm going to take USC there.
I think they have the edge, but yeah, so we'll see. And then last we got Auburn and Jayville State. I'm guessing that's Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, Auburn.
Yeah, cool. I mean, that's an Auburn for sure, yeah.
All right, fuck yeah. We're done with the fucking round of 64. All right, here we go. Round of 32. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Okay, we got first matchup, Gonzaga and Boise State.
Gonzaga.
Still Gonzaga, yeah.
I think
they just doesn't have the offense to compete with Gonzaga.
Yeah, just like overall looking at the West, I think the West is kind of one of the ones that's upset like least likely.
Yeah. I definitely
all the regions.
If Gonzaga doesn't make the Final Four out of this bracket, I mean that's I don't know how they couldn't.
Yeah, I mean the only team, at least like the Elite Eight, because I could see Texas Tech.
Yeah,
really.
They do like making some noise, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Cool. All right, so we got Gonzaga in that one. Next, we got UConn and Arkansas.
I'm definitely taking Arkansas there.
Arkansas.
I think too.
They're gonna ride the heat wave they have, and they're gonna get through UConn.
I like that. UConn chokes. Love it. Next up, the 11th seed, either Rutgers or Notre Dame versus Texas Tech. Texas Tech here.
Texas
Tech. They end up playing. Their defense is so good.
Yep.
We'll just say Rutgers. I think they're just gonna suffocate them out and get out of that.
Cool. I like that. And then lastly, we got Davidson and Duke.
Yeah, I mean, always hard pace Duke, especially now in Coach K's last season. Obviously he wants to go out on a high note, and I'm sure his players also want to go out, giving their coach what he needs. I see Duke at least making big run in this tournament.
There you go.
I think Duke's not. They're not getting upset by Davidson in this bracket.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Cool. So that does the West, and we'll go to the East, and we got Baylor and Marquette. I don't know if
for the
this
same
is
reason. I think
Baylor.
Yeah, I think Baylor's just kind of a powerhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still gonna pick Baylor, but again, I mean, they've shown a lot of cracks this year for being a 1 seed.
Yeah.
Should have lost to West Virginia if they didn't hurt Taz Sherman in the last couple minutes. They lost to Iowa State. I know they had some fairly bad losses, but I'm still gonna pick them. But next round, that's where it starts to get interesting.
Yeah,
right.
I think they'll get past Marquette, but
Yep.
yeah, we'll see next round.
Sounds good. St. Mary's, UCLA. Do we like UCLA here?
Like I said earlier, I'm a big believer in UCLA. I think I'm taking them to go to do really well. I think having all your guys back, just having that experience, having that deep tournament experience is really gonna help them and carry them through this.
Yeah, it's kind of that's definitely an underrated thing because they're a team that everyone on their team pretty much has experience not only being in the tournament but going far. So it's not like a stage too big thing for them, you'd think. So yeah, definitely think UCLA should take that one.
Cool. I like it. Virginia Tech, Purdue. That's a fun one.
That is kind of a fun and interesting one. Because I'm not high on either of these teams, and I don't know why. I just really don't like Purdue.
I'm right there with you. I am really down on Purdue. That's why I think I've Tech. Extending their little hot streak, their little Cinderella run for another round.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go.
Yep. I'll obviously get behind that. And then last up, we got Murray State and Kentucky. Any kind of upset you see here or no?
When you're not only best player, but one of the best players in the country is a 6'10" center who dominates the boards. That's the type of thing in March that it's not like a shooter who can go cold for one game and go 1 of 11 from 3. Like Sheboy is gonna put up 20 and 10 in every game that he plays in. So it's just hard to predict an upset against Kentucky.
I like it.
Absolutely. Kentucky.
Cool. We'll go with Kentucky. And to the South region, we got Arizona and TCU.
I mean, Arizona obviously hard to go against a 1 seed.
Yeah.
But I have really liked TCU this year. And I think if it wasn't for preseason rankings, they could even be a little higher seed.
Yeah.
They beat was it Kansas in the conference tournament, or I'm pretty sure. No, they lost to Kansas. That's right.
Okay.
They beat Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Texas there.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not as far as the 1 seeds go. I think Arizona is along with Baylor, probably the weakest 1 seeds.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. Baylor and Arizona, I feel like have both shown cracks this year. It's like for 1 seeds, you expect them to be pretty much unstoppable teams. In college basketball in general this year, a lot of the teams who are supposed to be the best teams either ended up not or just ended up being good but not great still.
Exactly. Yeah, there's been a lot of good teams, but not that many amazing, far and away.
Yeah, even Gonzaga, I mean, they lost a couple games, which for them is unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
what do you guys think?
I mean, I still think I have to take Arizona.
Yeah, I definitely like Zona. It sucks that TCU has to run into them in the round of 32.
Yeah, they probably got a little screwed over in that, having to run into the 1 seed in the second round when they had such a great season.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's the luck of the draw there. So we'll go with Arizona. And then next up is Houston and Illinois.
Here, I think I'm going to have to take Illinois. This is another 2 teams I'm not high on either of them. And Houston have a good defense. They've definitely had games where it didn't look like they had a great defense. And then Illinois should again probably have the best player in the game in Kofi Coburn. They'll probably have the best player in most of the games that they play, assuming they, move on. But I definitely think I'm gonna have to go with Illinois in this one.
Cool.
Yeah. Personally, I think Houston. I think the BPI has Houston ranked as 2, as second best team in the country.
Holy shit.
But personally, I'm taking Houston just for now. But I'm fine with whatever you guys.
I heard about Houston. They had injuries almost this whole year, and now they're getting their guys back.
Yeah.
So
okay, that's fair. That's fair enough.
It's a factor, but
Ken Palm also has Houston as 4. So I mean, it's not even
Damn.
just like it's BPI, so it seems like
Wow.
I'm looking at it. I
Yeah.
mean, every other team near them is way higher than them
Yeah.
seeded. So it seems like they got screwed. I mean, I only watched them
Mm-hmm.
towards the beginning and middle, so that must have been when they were injured. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, then knowing that, because I didn't really realize that, I'll take Houston then.
Yeah. I have Houston going pretty far in some of my brackets just because I've seen so many things about how dangerous they can be in this tournament and all that kind of stuff. So, and
Yeah, I think
with,
they definitely have some potential.
yeah. So we good with Houston for this one?
Then, yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
Go with Houston.
All right. Next up, we got Colorado State and Tennessee.
Ooh.
You
Colorado
know who I'm
State.
taking.
Yeah. I mean, Colorado State did have a great season, but Tennessee is another team. Offense really good, defense really good. Like they're a complete team. They're not like a team who has to beat you offensively or shut you down defensively to win. They could give up points, but still score enough to beat you. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Tennessee there still.
I definitely believe in Tennessee throughout the whole tournament. So I don't think they're stopping here.
I like it. Tennessee it is. We got Loyola, Chicago, and Villanova.
This one's an interesting one. It really sticks out to me. I'm a big Loyola fan. When they made that run, the Final Four Elite Eight a couple of years ago, I know I picked that. I picked them to get the Final Four.
Yep.
I know I picked them to go really deep. That 1 year, that was kind of like their big, like I guess coming onto the scene, and you know
they
now
beat Tennessee on the way there.
They did beat Tennessee. I remember that. I was with you for that game.
Yeah.
When that happened. But and then now it just seems like they've kind of made a staple of themselves coming into the tournament, and I think they, like I said, it's not like they're this random mid-major team. They've been here before. I think they have a shot to take down Villanova.
Yeah, the biggest thing with them too is like you said, they're not like that one team that makes it every like 5 years or whatever. Now they're a staple. You know they're well coached. Like they're here to stay. Villanova obviously is also coached very well with Jay Wright. He's one of the best college coaches in the game. But there's something about Loyola Chicago every year that you just you can't root against them. So I want to take them there.
Sure, yeah.
I'm good with taking them too because Villanova's kind of a slowly like ran kind of a team, and so if Loyola is able to jump on them, I think they can easily.
Yeah, if they get out to an early lead, then yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Cool. I'm good with Loyola. We go to the Midwest region. We got Kansas and San Diego State. That'll be a fun matchup.
That's gonna be a good one. But I think
Kansas is too good.
You got that San Diego State defense, which I mean that's one of those things that's always dangerous to those top seeds.
Right.
But I think I think Kansas.
Yeah, I mean it's just hard.
Really good.
Again, and pretty much every game they play, they're gonna have the best player in Ochai Agbaji. Like,
oh my goodness!
Like, I mean, he might be the national player of the year. He's just so good, and there might not be a defense that can stop him. And even if you don't stop him, they have a guy in David McCormick who's 6'11". I don't know if San Diego State's gonna have somebody who will be. I know West Virginia has never been able to stop that man, and they're no matter what they throw at him. Like, it's hard to pick against Kansas with how many weapons they have.
This just has to be an instance where athleticism and just pure talent wins out. I think.
Yeah. Yep. I'm behind that. Okay, so to face Kansas, we have Iowa or South Dakota State.
I mean, I just have to take Iowa. That offense.
I think the Jackrabbits' luck runs out here.
Yeah. They already got one upset. Occasionally you get one of those teams who gets a crazy upset, then makes a big run after that. But most of the time, the team that gets a big upset in round one ends up just getting humbled in round two, and assuming they actually do win in round one, that'll be what happens here.
Yep, we can go with that.
You're good there. Cool. Next up, we got Iowa State and Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin has enough to take this one.
Iowa State just doesn't have the offense to go very far.
And then
Yeah.
again, Wisconsin's playing at home, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
that too.
interesting as well.
I mean, you got to give respect. Iowa State last year won 2 games the entire season and 0 conference games. So I mean, just to be in the position is very respectable, but like they just can't score.
yep.
Cool,
And
we got
then,
Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
I think
USC.
to go in against that, it's got to be Auburn. I think USC or Miami, whoever comes out, I think that like we said, that's a toss up. I think
Yeah.
whoever it is not gonna really give Auburn a huge challenge.
I
Yep.
agree with that. Yeah, I'm not too high on either of the teams. They'll most likely end up playing.
Yeah. We'll take Auburn for now. And to the Sweet 16 we go. And our first matchup is Gonzaga and Arkansas.
That's another just like one of those really fun matchups. That should be
Yeah.
high
I'm going to
scoring.
love watching that. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, still gonna have to go with Gonzaga just because they're so good. They have the
Yep.
most likely number 1 overall pick in Chet Holmgren. I mean, again, excellently coached. They're there
Mhm.
every year. They've been there before. Like
Yep.
they're just too good.
Yeah,
Yep.
it really seems like especially this year Gonzaga has it all. They got the experience, they got the coaching, they got the top end NBA talent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's go Zags.
Cool. Gonzaga there. And we got Texas Tech and Duke. That's a toughie.
I really want to take Texas Tech there.
I do as
mean,
well.
yeah.
it seems like every time everybody has picked against them. I mean, first of all, after losing their head coach to their biggest rival in Texas, Chris Beard leaving them, everybody assumed that they'd be bad this year and it would just be a rebuilding year with a new coach and everything. So they shocked the world there. And then during the season, every time people predicted them to slip, they never ended up slipping. It's just hard to pick against them.
Yeah, I could absolutely see Coach K career is stops right there, right in this game.
Yeah,
Duke has a
I want to go
tough
Texas
path.
Tech there personally.
I'm good with that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So next we got Baylor and UCLA. I like a big upset here.
I definitely like
Yeah.
we've been talking about Baylor, just
Mhm.
not as strong as their champion, not nearly as strong as their championship team last year.
Yeah. Yep.
And UCLA just seems like they have a lot of the pieces put together.
Yep.
Yeah,
to make it
I
match.
agree with that.
Perfect spot for Baylor to go down. Love it.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Virginia Tech and Kentucky.
And I think this is where Virginia Tech, great run.
Yeah.
It was a fun time, but they just don't have the talent.
Right.
Stop. I like we said. I think Shibwe is just gonna probably just go absolutely ham and just be unstoppable in this game.
I agree with that. I mean, he's just too good.
Not too much
Virginia
more to
Tech
say.
gets stopped there. That's really all there is to say there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, next up, Arizona and Houston. Could be a really good game.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta keep going with the 1 seed there in
Yeah.
Arizona.
I agree. I go with
Houston.
Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said earlier, they got healthy now, but Arizona is very good.
Yep. Okay, we'll ride Zona there. And then we got Tennessee and Loyola.
And
Loyola's luck runs out right there.
I love seeing Loyola in the Sweet 16, but I think with this team, Tennessee, just incredible. Just the balance, everything they've done, everything they've put together. They're going to get their revenge on what was it, like 2016 or like 2017?
Yeah, I think it was 2017.
Yeah. I think Tennessee is gonna get the revenge in this one.
Yeah, hard to think Loyola beats them twice, assuming this matchup happens. Gotta go with Tennessee there.
Cool. All right, and then we got Kansas and Iowa. I think we're all good here with Kansas, aren't we?
Yeah. I just don't know Iowa. Like, we know that incredible offense, but in March, offense often will let you down, and especially after 3 games, I could really see Iowa coming in cold. And I mean, a lot of like Gonzaga, Kansas just has everything. They're a powerhouse.
Yeah, like you said, even if Iowa comes out strong on offense, it's not. Kansas is also one of the best offensive teams in the country, along with having a good defense. So I mean, I just don't know. Iowa would have to put up 90 to beat Kansas, I think, in that game. So I definitely gotta go with Kansas there.
I like it. And then last up, we got Wisconsin and Auburn. That's a tough one.
I mean, in a true neutral site, I'd take Auburn 10 times out of 10. But considering Wisconsin could have basically a real home crowd with them,
yeah,
it just makes it different. I still think Auburn, I mean, they've had a great season. They're great defensively, but I still got to go with Auburn, yeah.
You like Auburn, Chris?
Yeah, I'm kind of lost with this one for me. I'll go whatever you guys want to go with.
Yeah,
I liked Wisconsin in that one, but I'm good with Auburn because I mean it is kind of a toss up if that matchup does happen.
Yeah,
so,
I just looked it up just because I was curious because I knew Wisconsin finished on a bad note, but this is like they lost to Nebraska and then lost in the first game of the Big Ten tournament to Michigan State. I mean that's
fair. So okay, we're good with Auburn there.
Yeah,
and then so now we got the Elite Eight, and we got Gonzaga and Texas Tech.
Yeah, this is now obviously where you're not getting any bad teams at this point. Everybody who's here is a true elite team. So even a number one seed is starting to possibly feel threatened no matter who they play here. I mean, Texas Tech, like I said, every time anybody has picked against them or picked them to slow down this year, they've just ran right through that. But I mean, Gonzaga just has everything to deal with that. So I think Texas Tech makes a commendable run, and this ends up being a great game that could come down to literally the final second. But I still got to go with Gonzaga there.
I agree. Yep. And Gonzaga did beat Texas Tech. So.
Oh, they played earlier this year?
Yep, by 14.
Okay,
shit.
So,
cool. All right, cool. We got Gonzaga. UCLA, Kentucky. Ooh, is that a good one?
Yeah, Matt, I want to hear what your thoughts on this one first.
Yeah, I mean, I know obviously with Kentucky, we've mentioned it every time with them. They're going to have the best player in pretty much every matchup they have, Oscar Tshiebwe. It's between him, Abaji, and it's probably between those two for National Player of the Year. So they should have the best player in pretty much every matchup they play. And he's dominant. He gets offensive rebounds. He's obviously dominant on the defensive glass. He's dominant inside scoring. Like, he could put up 30 in any game he plays. So I still got to go with Kentucky to keep moving on.
Chris?
Personally, yeah, I have UCLA. I just don't know, outside. Tshiebwe has really gotten him this far. He's top 2-3 players in the country. But I think once you get down to this, you need, it's going to come down to the bench. And it's just going to come down to the really small things. And I just don't once you're into that Elite Eight, the superstar is usually not the deciding factor.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, it's the Elite Eight. Like, these all elite teams, I think could go either team.
I don't know Kentucky's injury situation because I know Ty Washington?
Oh yeah.
Is he out or what? What's the deal with him? Because
it's a good question.
I don't know if I've heard anything. But if Kentucky has a full roster, I love them. But I don't know. Because I know they got pretty banged up kind of towards the end of the year.
Yeah. The last thing I see about any of their injuries is from February 21st, where Ty Washington was missing practice.
Okay.
It looks like he should have come back then. That's a month ago.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Imagine if that's the last thing to see about that, he must be back.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I should probably know that since I watched fucking Tennessee knock them off. But With that being said, I'm good with Kentucky there. And next up, we have Arizona and Tennessee, a matchup that we've already seen this year when Tennessee beat them at home. I can see a repeat here as a Tennessee fan, but
honestly,
I think
I'd take Tennessee there.
I got Tennessee.
That's gonna be my first one. Very rarely do even 3 1 seeds make the Final Four. I gotta see them going down there.
Yeah, I think, and another thing I saw, just one of those obscure facts is, I mean, like Arizona was unranked to start the season, right?
were they? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I saw that they were, and no like top seed that was unranked to start the season has ever made the Final Four.
Mm-hmm. So Arizona's the unlucky one there.
Yeah, I think so.
I like it. And then last up, we have Kansas and Auburn. I think Kansas destroys them.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Auburn,
I think out of the Elite Eight matchups, this is going to be the easiest to pick.
Yeah, I just don't see Kansas. I mean, every year it happens where some team that nobody ever sees losing ends up losing. But Kansas, I think, this year just too good for almost anyone. Like, yeah.
Sounds good. All right, we are on to the Final Four in our first matchup: Gonzaga versus Kentucky. I'm taking Gonzaga, man. They're just too damn good all around.
Taking the Zags as well.
Yeah, I got to take Gonzaga too. I mean,
Kentucky has shown some weak points this year.
Yeah,
there hasn't been that many.
Has everything. They have the experience, the coaching, and like we said, the top just NBA talent and homegrown, who's not only one of the best players in the country, but like just everything he can block shots, he can score. He can handle the ball at 6'11" or 7 foot, whatever he's at. Like, he's just incredible.
Yeah, I think. I mean, of course, like we've been saying this. I mean, we're down to the Final Four now. I think it just keeps getting more like elite teams. You get a bounce here, a bounce there, a bucket here, bucket there, and the game completely flips. But I think Gonzaga is just the better team.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. So Gonzaga to the national championship, and then next we got Tennessee and Kansas. I don't know.
I think for this one, it's almost identical reasoning for Kansas.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so good. In Ochai Agbaji, they have one of the best players in the country. They have big men who can do it all in McCormick, and then Mitch, what was his name? Chris, what's his name?
The white dude.
What's his name? Longfoot or Lightfoot. That's his name. Mitch Lightfoot. I mean, he's been in college for like 47 years. He has the experience. They just have everything at pretty much every position, along with great coaching on top of that. So it's hard to pay against them.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Tennessee got their Final Four appearance, which I'd be more than happy with.
I think overall, at least like in this, for me, Tennessee's that third team. But yeah, we got the top 2 in here now.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep. And so Gonzaga versus Kansas. What do we think?
I mean, Gonzaga got their ass kicked last year in the championship. You know that they're not going to let that happen again. That's even another thing. Just throughout the whole tournament, that they got their ass kicked last year. You know they want revenge for that. Like, I could definitely see them winning their first one this year finally.
Yeah, I think we got the top 2 teams in the tournament. I think these are the best 2 teams, the teams that should be here. And I think out of that, I give the slight edge to Gonzaga.
Yep, I'm with it. So we got Gonzaga as the damn national champions, fellas.
Gonzaga are your national champions.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hard to pick against them.
For sure.
Love it. Yeah, I'm very confident with almost every pick we've made. I love all of it.
Yeah, the only thing, the thing is, even as logical as it is,
Oh
How
yeah,
often you actually see 2 number 1 seeds in the national championship. Like,
I
'cause
know.
obviously it seems logical that they'd be there because they're the best teams in the country, but
Yeah.
every game is only one game.
Yeah, it's a single elimination tournament.
Yep.
But I mean, you probably have just as much chance to pick get a perfect bracket as you do, if you're flipping a coin, as you do if you're actually,
Yeah.
it's better. Pretty much what I'm trying is it's better to know nothing about college basketball than to be an expert in these
Hell yeah.
situations. Usually,
Hell yeah. All right, fellas. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will catch everybody on Friday for what do we call it? Finance Friday.
that's right.
Hell yeah, Finance Friday coming up, everybody. So stay tuned, and we will see you next time.